Salesforce Dreamforce 2023 San Francisco. There is so much to talk about, but as you would expect, the highlight of this was all about generative AI. It was about the data, the AI technologies, the CRM applications that go into it, and with a focus on trust. Super interesting. Salesforce is trying to own the trusted peg, and it's going to be interesting versus their biggest competitors. Can they own it? On one side, I felt like they were talking to their customer base, Dan, as opposed to trying to get more business. They didn't really tell as aggressive or compelling story on moving business to Salesforce as I thought motivating their current customer base to use more or more modules. I want to stick to my guns here on they do tell a very good trust story, and they were the first company that I had encountered that got into the mechanics of how they ground data, how they essentially discard any of that grounded data out there to make you feel good. But Dan, I can't get off of this. 75 to 90% of data is still on-prem. And how does Salesforce move that? I know there's MuleSoft, I know there's linkages, but the companies that they rolled out are not the companies as partners on the data side that actually have this data. They rolled out Snowflake, they rolled out Databricks. Those companies don't have the 75 to 90% of that data. It's easy, it's low-hanging fruit, but this is part of my research that I'm going to get underneath. But by the way, the examples that they showed across the entire Einstein platform, that, by the way, you have a co-pilot for each one of these: sales, service, marketing, commerce, analytics, and platform, is very compelling, albeit, in my opinion, focused on current customers and motivate them to do something. To go for the big nut, they're going to have to answer the question, and they're going to have to motivate people to act dramatically different. Dan, we're 14 years into the public cloud, and here we are. 75% of data is still on-prem. That is the big win. The other question I'm trying to get underneath is, and Salesforce showed us this in their vision video, is how you pull ERP data and legal data and IP data into this. Where's that data going to be coming from, right? So it kind of their vision reinforces kind of my question. But all in all, it was just an amazing event. It was my first on-prem in-person Dreamforce, and I will have my write-up soon.
Same here. Yeah, I'll be definitely publishing something near future. It was the world's largest AI event, and depending on how you classify it, that might be right. CES might be bigger, but is that an AI event? Okay.
Yeah.
So in good news, San Francisco held up pretty clean. I had the chance to meet some luminaries at a Time 100 luncheon, so that was pretty exciting. By the way, I didn't make the list, so wasn't that exciting.
Darn it.
I know. I'm happy for you, buddy. I'm happy for you. All right.
You're in the top 100. You're in the top 10 Air Insights AI people.
That's right. Thing.
You
so
and
big.
Bob and Maribel.
Einstein has come back, and it's finally ready. You know what they say sometimes? I'm early, but I'm not wrong. Well, the first iteration of Einstein was early, and you could argue maybe it wasn't right yet. But the Einstein platform now is truly enabling the data cloud and the opportunity for generative tools. Is this the end all be all? No, of course it's not. But the integrations are there. The company is building with its own data services. It's got, Tableau. It's got integrations to get Google Workspace. It's got M365. But Pat, maybe the biggest thing for me, since I've got to kind of be concise here, was I think Slack is a powerhouse, and it's underestimated how big of a capability Slack has to actually take Salesforce into a more competitive future. Why do I say that? because the way we're going to interact with our data in the future is going to be more generative. It's going to be more natural language. It's going to be more conversational. And right now, Salesforce, that's not how you interact with it. But in the future, could you be in Slack and could you be talking to it or chatting to it like we do to a chatbot, or like we do to find out the data, the reports, and the things that we need to know? You bring up a great point about the connectors, MuleSoft, creating a sort of harmonized data platform that enables companies to benefit from all of their data. I think interestingly, as large language models progress, foundational models get smaller, and you can then actually tap data in a more fluid network with less latency. The possibility of being able to get enough data into the public cloud to then talk to your data that's sitting on-prem is plausible. It will be work to be done. But again, you don't need all the data. We know this. You need some of the data, and more importantly, you need the right data. And so connecting the front end, Salesforce has got it nailed. Connecting the back end, there is some work to do to get access to all the data. But of course, you're not doing everything in Salesforce. This is customer service, marketing, and sort of business intelligence right now. You can still do a lot of things over in your ERP, and then you can funnel certain things through connectors over to your front end.